Good evening, everybody. It's Gary P. Balcom Sr. Just my opinion, always politics. Here to talk to you about the recent events, the tragedies that have occurred in the last couple of weeks with the shootings, and I just want you to know that our thoughts and prayers go out to all the victims and their families. It was a tragic event. Now, having said that, we have so many opinions floating out there on how to fix this, and everybody's got a different one, so do I. I'm a lifelong Patriot benefactor member of the NRA, and I believe in our Second Amendment. I do not feel that our Second Amendment rights should be infringed in any way, shape, or form. Now, having said that, of course, the lamestream media is going completely berserk over this, and now even Fox News is going berserk over this. And with all due respect, Mr. President, you're not thinking straight on this either. You are being misled by people in your inner circle at the White House. Other than your family and Kellyanne Conway, you can't trust anybody, because the Democrats are out to get you. They're out to see that you lose this next election, and the one thing they want you to do is enact some kind of a red flag law or some kind of more background checks or whatever. We've got enough of that, okay? Plenty of that. I'd say you need to listen to your family and Kellyanne Conway real close, Mr. President. I am a supporter of you 110%. My whole front yard is full of Trump signs. I have a banner on the front of my house with your picture on it. But if you want to find yourself in the position of losing the election in 2020, mess with the Second Amendment. The people of this country will vote you out fast. So don't cave in to the people that are trying to get into your head and mess with it. Okay, don't do that, please. The Democrats are kind of off the chain. They'll do anything for a vote, and I know you know that, Mr. President. So just look at what they did to Mitch McConnell at his home up here in Kentucky. Really? Those kind of people are the ones that you want to listen to? Left-wing nuts that want to break his wrinkled old neck and stab him in the heart? Mr. President, you're smarter than that, okay? Everybody gets in an uproar when a massive tragedy like this happens. But, and I'm just going to use a couple of examples. Chicago, Detroit, a few other big cities. This kind of stuff goes on every day, every weekend. I mean, the killings are outrageous. I don't care what kind of background check you want to put, what kind of red flag law you want to put. The criminals are going to get their guns. They get them off the street. They don't go to their local gun shop and ask to fill out a form for a background check. Okay? That's plain and simple as the nose on your face. And the whole country knows it. Even the Democrats know it. But they're using this just as a ploy. Okay? And if you go through with this red flag stuff, as soon as you do, the Democrats are going to turn it right around on you and use it against you to beat you in your election. Now, to the opinion part. In my opinion, the only thing the federal government needs to get involved in is this. Leave it up to the states what they want to do. With the exception of, you should make it to where every state has to offer all legal American citizens the right to apply for a concealed carry permit. Let them go through the background check through the state. I think just about every state out there has got a background check, so nothing that the federal government's going to do is going to change nothing, except make it mandatory, because the likes of the state of New York and California make it totally impossible to get a gun. But make it mandatory that every legal American citizen in this country has a right to own a weapon, get a permit, and have concealed carry, so long as they pass that particular state's background check. Now, I would also like to suggest that you also make it mandatory that each individual state, as they see fit, have an open carry law. Now, this is a lot different than concealed carry. Concealed carry, most states, you go through a one-day class, and if you pass the test, you can carry concealed. Now, open carry would be a lot different. If you want to get a permit to tote your handgun open carry, in the open, where everybody can see it, then you need to go through at least 4, 5, or 6 days of police-style training to learn how to use this weapon, to learn how to hold on to this weapon if a criminal is trying to take it away from you. You need how to use it proficiently. And I know this, and I say this because I am ex-law enforcement. But let's just say I'm some kind of a whack job and I walk into a crowd of 20 or 30 people with the intent to take out every single one of them. And all of a sudden I look, and every one of them is toting a handgun on their side that I can see. Well, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to turn tail and run, because I know before I can get that weapon out of my holster, or if I'm toting a long gun, excuse me, before I can get it lifted up, those citizens that are legally toting those weapons on open carry will take somebody like me out. That reduces the chance of these mass shootings by at least 90+%. Now, talking about the mainstream media. I knew after Roger Ailes was fired and then unfortunately passed away that Fox News was going to go downhill. Fox News was always our last resort to get the truth. Okay? I know they have a lot of opinionated shows on there, but they also have actually news programs on there. But Fox News is failing. They are failing the public. Shepard Smith is one. We all know what he is. He's about as left-wing as they come, but Fox News loves him. I know they're supposed to be fair and balanced, so it was okay. One little Shepard Smith ain't hurting nothing. But they're going just the other way. I'm highly disappointed in Judge Jeanine. Her show that I watched the other night, going along with these red flag laws, it floored me. I couldn't believe she would do that. I could not believe it. Steve Hilton, in the last couple of weeks, a show I really loved, called The Next Revolution with Steve Hilton. He's going with this red flag crap too. Now, I was very proud to hear that he was in the process of becoming an American citizen. Well, he's got a lot more studying to do about our Constitution and our Second Amendment right. Anyway, in closing, again, with all due respect, Mr. President, if you want to win this election, you stay away from them red flag laws and all kind of different weird background checks. You leave it up to the states. If you want to make a law, you do it like I said. Make every state offer concealed carry after they do the background check and a day's worth of studying and shooting to make sure they're proficient in what they do. Open carry, 4, 5, 6 days of police-style training before they get a permit to open carry. Make sure they're proficient in what they're doing. Mr. President, I want you to win this next election, but if you mess around in any way, shape, or form, I can promise you all your supporters are going to turn on you if you mess with the Second Amendment in any way, shape, or form. Don't do it. Don't let them idiots that surround you in the White House talk you into it. Trust in your family, trust in Kellyanne Conway, and trust your gut. It's done you well so far. You have done so much for this country, and we thank you for it. And God bless you for what you've done. And as I say, I support you 110%, but don't do this. Don't do the red flag law. Don't cave in to the Democrats. Because if you do, you have lost the election. And we do not need another Democrat in office. Anyway, my thoughts for tonight, as always, just my opinion, always politics. Gary P. Balcom Sr. Again, our thoughts and prayers go out to all of the victims and their families of the mass shootings that have happened in the last few days, or the last couple of weeks, I'm sorry. And think about what goes on every day and every weekend in the big cities like Chicago and Detroit. Those people don't get their guns with a background check from a gun dealer. They get them off the street illegally. So any kind of new law you enact is not going to do anything for this country except tick off legal American citizens that will no longer vote for you. Right now, Mr. President, you have a big following, a large following, and you got this election in the bag. But if you do this, you can forget it. You will lose. People will not vote for you. So I pray that you make the right decision. Thank you for listening. You all have a good night, and may God bless you all.